Not entirely sure if I should do this as like a preface, but this is going to be unscripted, unlike my other stuff. If you happen to watch any of that, but you've read the title, you can read, I hope. So this is a video about Uptie 5. If you like see any random cuts in audio, like the ones that just happened, yeah, that was because I said something weird or completely trailed off. So yeah, Uptie 5. I suppose it was kind of brought into existence by the near notion of like Uptie 4. The second that became a thing, the precedent was set to like, oh, when's Uptie 5? Naturally. Personally, as somebody with no thread, that's a lie. I have like 900 thread. I'm very frugal about it. I don't want to spend any of it. I have like 2 units, maybe Uptie 4. I think that's like 3 actually because of the seasonal anniversary Uptie 4 thing. But you know, you get it. It does nicely segue into one of the things on this like notepad document I got up, which would be like the cost of it. It costs both a lot of thread and a few, I think it's 50 shards to Uptie 4, which is like not horrific, but usually as the number tends to go up, as the other number gets up, as is the precedent, I would imagine that it would cost probably like 150 for 2 stars and like 200 for 3 stars and whatever the fuck for 1 stars or just a stars. I don't know. That would be rather unfortunate though, since like if you just want to up-tie like a team of 6, that's gonna be, I don't know, 1200 thread or something, which when the only replenishable method of getting thread other than, you know, mom's credit card is going to be Luxevations, which at most you're getting like 15, like 45 thread a day if you're being optimal about it, I guess, which I don't have to tell you that like 1200 divided by 45, pretty big number. That would take quite a while. While you'd be able to get it eventually, it would create a bit of a weird balancing situation where it's like, do you want to design around Uptie 5 being a thing? Because if you're assuming that they do, and you're making IDs, egos, and encounters based on that, then things are kind of fucked, since if you don't have that, then things are a bit difficult, and some holes might not be filled because they're already assumed that they're filled. It's like kind of like the fluid sack effect, where they have to balance around the fact that it exists to make the game not trivial, but if you don't have it, and they assume you do, it's kind of bad. So that same policy probably also applied when Uptie 4 first came out, and that'll be fine. So over time, I don't know, if you just do like a ascending scale. Simultaneously, it also sort of insists that the existence of Uptie 5, if it's released like Uptie 4, which was just all at once, it would be balanced around the current sphere of the game, which like, yeah, no shit, it insists upon itself or whatever. But that could be like, it's a bit unfortunate since I can't give any examples right now. I didn't research this. You think I researched this? But looking into it, Uptie 4, given the fact it was balanced around when Uptie 4 is released, probably shafted some ideas that were good or meta at the time, but really in the current landscape don't have anything to do. I don't like power creep very much. I don't think anybody does. Like, full stop Heathcliff's +6 offense level skill 3 made me cry. So I'd appreciate it if Uptie 5 would be maybe a bit generous in its buff boosting, but also not, because then you have to do it and you need more threat. It's definitely a delicate balance. It's like a tiptoeing line that really like kind of asks the question of, is it actually necessary to have an Uptie 5? And no, not really. You don't have to have it, but it will be funny, and I do think it will be good to make less good IDs more on the level of what's being released today. So I've kind of like thought about it idly, and I think like a good compromise about it would be to have Uptie 5 like release in batches. Like, I think if you like started with maybe the 0 star, I guess this is like the AIM symbol, right? I don't know if you know this, but that's the AIM symbol actually. Yeah, it stars. But if you could start down at that 1-star batch and then maybe go up to the IDs in the earlier seasons that need it and just go up the ladder, I think that might be cool. Maybe you could release like extraction thing where it's like, oh hey, here are the IDs that got Uptie 5. Come pull this, jackass. And I'm like, okay, I'll pull this. Well, if you don't have it, and you know, there are always going to be new players who don't have it, given that Limbus is kind of popping off. Yeah, I think that'd be cool. And then maybe by the time you get to the IDs that were released when you started Uptie 5, they might have been power creep just a tad, so you can give them a bit more manageable buff to like kind of nudge them in the right direction a bit. Give a bit more variety to team building instead of just, oh hey, use this unit or die, you know? I feel like that's kind of a problem with the relatively small roster that you have, especially for like status teams. If they could do that, that'd be cool, I think. But if not, that'd also be cool, I think. I don't know. More stuff is good, and I like it when units get buffed. Give Mariachi Sinclair aggro. Such is all I have to say. Goodbye.